Welcome to our presentation titled Master Schedule Change at Westfield High School. My name is Dr. Matt Bolton, and I serve as the Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment for the Westfield Public Schools. Today, we will discuss the rationale behind the proposed changes to our master schedule for the 2025-2026 school year and how these changes align with our tradition of excellence. 2 years ago, during our strategic planning process, we gathered feedback from parents, students, and teachers. A consistent theme emerged, a desire for a change in how students and teachers spend their time during the school day. This feedback led us to establish a primary objective under goal number 1, deepen the learning experiences for all students to prepare them for their future. Our aim was to examine school structures that promote innovative and collaborative uses of time. To ensure that our schedule changes meets the needs of our community, we created high school and intermediate school committees to examine best practices and surveyed surrounding school districts for comparative information. Additionally, we conducted a thought exchange with students and families to gather their thoughts and priorities regarding a schedule change. As we reflected on the feedback we received from various stakeholders, we began to research best practices for school structures to promote learning. Research conducted turned out to point in a direction that addressed many of the concerns we were hearing. We identified a number of core objectives: to provide an environment that allows for deeper learning and engagement, improve teacher and student interaction, reduce stress and workloads for students, better time management and skills development, enhance teacher collaboration and planning, reduce student and teacher burnout, provide for flexible use of instructional time, and increase retention and focus. When we examined our current high school schedule, we saw that a straight 9-period day forces students to experience every class every day at the exact same time. The current length of class periods restricts teachers from going into the type of depth through hands-on experiences that they desire. Shorter periods often results in unfinished classwork, which is then sent home with students to be completed at home, and in some cases resulting in a double dose of homework. The stationary nature of the 9-period day forces students to experience the same class at the same time, so that very challenging math class at the end of the day is always at the very end of the day when a student may be exhausted. The current schedule also restricts students from accessing co-curricular activities, assembly programs, advisory, and extra help within the school day. Student feedback was gathered through a thought exchange. Many students participated in the thought exchange at both our intermediate and high schools. The thought exchange with students revealed their priorities: the importance of sleep, reducing homework load, and having time for socializing and study halls. The feedback highlighted the need for a balance between academic rigor and non-academic activities. Families were also provided an opportunity to share feedback through their own thought exchange. Families echoed similar sentiments with priorities including later start times, lunch duration, and student stress. They emphasized the need for new elective offerings and opportunities for clubs and activities during the school day. The objectives of a new schedule became clear: to provide students with a later start time, to enhance professional collaboration, to minimize transitions, to provide deeper learning experiences for our students, to provide innovative elective choices, enhance collaborative planning, and provide focused study and extra help sessions during the school day. Let's take a look at the current Westfield High School schedule. Students start early at 7:30 a.m. and have 8 periods within the 43-minute classes. While students can block that first period and have a later start, many students, close to 73% of students, choose the early start option so that they don't limit flexibility in their scheduling choices. The current schedule has students moving around the building 9 times throughout the day and engaging in every class at the same time every day of the week. The current schedule also primarily depends on after-school opportunities to meet with teachers for support. Now let's examine the proposed new schedule. We will implement a later start time for the vast majority of our students with a 7:55 a.m. start for Block 1. Time in class periods will move from 43 minutes to 55 minutes, with fewer transitions throughout the day. Students will experience a rotating schedule where one class will drop out of the morning rotation and one class will drop out of the afternoon rotation each day. Essentially, if a student is registered for 8 courses, they will experience 6 each day. The new schedule will also provide students with opportunities to meet with teachers during office hours and clubs during the lunch block. The new schedule will incorporate a block lunch where all students will eat lunch at the same time. Juniors and seniors will still be permitted to leave campus for lunch. Now, they will all be able to eat lunch with their friends during the lunch block. Multiple large spaces such as cafeterias, gyms, student centers, etc. will be used for lunch. Food kiosks will also be set up during lunch so that students can purchase food at multiple locations throughout the building. During the lunch block, students will also have access to teachers who participate in office hours at various points throughout the week. Providing this access during the school day allows for both faculty and students to pursue outside activities after school hours. Let's take a look at a visual of the new schedule as it applies to a student schedule. Students have their registered classes here in the left-hand column. This student has Introduction to Architecture in Period 1 and Biology during Period 2. Those are part of their 4 morning classes. In the afternoon, they have Global Perspectives, English 1, a study hall, and Latin 1. Each class is 55 minutes in duration, and the morning classes will always be in the morning, while afternoon classes will always be in the afternoon. However, when we look at the next slide, you'll see that classes rotate over a 4-day rotation, with one class of the 4 dropping out of the schedule each day and then rejoining the schedule during the first block of the following day. As you can see, Introduction to Architecture is in Block 1 on A day, Block 2 on B day, Block 3 on C day, and then is out of the morning rotation on D day. The same rotation applies to afternoon classes. This rotation provides students and teachers with some variability to their daily schedule and keeps students from having every class every single day, which can increase their workload. You'll also see the block lunch in this schedule. This lunch will also be 55 minutes long, providing students with ample opportunity to eat lunch and attend office hours for a teacher or engage in another activity during lunch. That concludes our presentation on the new Westfield High School Master Schedule. I look forward to our next steps in this planning process, which include communicating these changes and gathering feedback from all stakeholders, providing faculty with the opportunity to prepare themselves for the schedule change, and working with high school administrative team to prepare the new schedule. Thank you.